ever since Father's death, 14 years ago now, giving me little opportunity to see my siblings. Duke had come to visit when time allowed for such a journey, but most of our interactions had been by letter. I turned the handle as slowly as possible, opening the door to see into the darkened corridor. A bit of moonlight streamed in through a latticed window by the stairs. The unfamiliarity of it all intensified the buzz in my stomach. It had been so long since I had been somewhere unknown, somewhere I could explore and be surprised. The most exhilarating bits of life at Milbury House had been restricted to discovering what new ailment had beset grandfather's friends on the odd occasion when he was feeling up to the task of entertaining, and it had been some time since that. I padded across the carpeted floor and down 2 sets of stairs, keeping next to the carved wooden railing in an effort to prevent any creaking. My nighttime expeditions to the kitchens had taught me that the middle of the stairs was most likely to betray me by ghastly whining. These stairs, however, made no such complaint at my presence. The house itself was utterly silent, but I could hear the sounds of the odd carriage rattling by as I made my way toward the servant stairs that led to the kitchens. When I reached my destination, my eyes searched the stony room, adjusting slowly to the relative darkness of the lowest level of the house. My gaze passed by the hanging baskets of onions and potatoes, the wall of spices, then landed squarely upon a platter on the table, covered with a cloth. The dim but telling dome shape informed me that I had found what I was looking for. The stone of the kitchen floor was cold, even through my stockings, but they muted the pattering of my feet as I approached the table. I pulled back the cloth and smiled slightly. Bits of moonlight filtered through the 2 low sash windows next to the delivery door, and the buttered tops of the 3 buns glistened subtly, beckoning to me. I picked one up and bit into the moist, fluffy bread. Closing my eyes, I savoured the way it melted on my tongue. There was something divine about buttery brioche. Grandfather's doctor had insisted he follow a strict diet to manage his increasingly painful gout, and to make the prospect more palatable, I had offered to abide by the same regimen. The deprivation I had experienced as a result was unspeakable. I had resorted to rummaging through the kitchens in the late evenings to appease my hunger, but there had never been anything like these buns awaiting me. I took another bite, sighing with contentment and leaning against the table, feeling calmer than I had in weeks. My brother's letter inviting me to stay with Diana in Brighton had produced a constant frenzy of anticipation inside me, but for now I felt content, and stray bits of a nursery rhyme floated about in my mind.
"Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low."
The melody diverged from the one I knew, and I paused my chewing, my brow furrowing as the singing grew nearer.
"Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journey's ending, lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know."
My nose wrinkled at the discordant warbling. It was not in my head after all. The singing was muffled, coming from somewhere outside, and drawing nearer each moment. Whoever was singing was either not a particularly good singer, or they did not know the correct tune. Taking another quick bite, I went over to the sash window nearest the door, wondering if I might glimpse whoever was serenading the town at such an hour. Based on how much louder the singing had become since it had started, the crooner must be passing by. Putting my hands on the cool glass of the window, I stared out into the dark moonlit night, where a staircase led up to the pavement and the street. My ears strained to hear more of the melody as a carriage passed by, and my eyes searched the darkness, trying to make sense of the shapes of an unfamiliar place. A face appeared on the other side of the window, and I leapt back, my scream muffled by